So here, this next step I think is really essential as well, and this is probably somewhat self-evident. I think you go through any text you're looking at closely, and you have to look up what the words mean. There could be a whole separate conversation about how to do this, because when you're looking at a 400-year-old text, a modern dictionary might not always be adequate because words evolve and change meanings over time. But the only word that I think a lot of people would have a hard time with, just on a literal level, is the word wherefore, which is right here, the word wherefore. And wherefore simply means why. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Why are you a Montague? Why are your name Romeo? So here is, but why doesn't she say she's unjust, and why am I not saying I'm old? It's why. I think that's really it. So that's essential. I would like to promote, and this is again a whole separate conversation, any word that's you understand but it sounds odd, like I would say credit. I don't talk to my wife using this word very much. It's not really a romantic word. I credit her false-speaking tongue. I might look up the etymology of that word to see if there's anything interesting there, but I think that's a separate conversation. Our primary job at this early stage is to look up any words we don't know their literal meaning of. So that's important. I think the next step, if it's a short enough poem, is to learn it by heart. And this might seem overkill, but if it's a reasonably short poem, there's no better way to pay close attention to something than to learn it by heart. You'll notice some lines flow easily in your mind and mouth, and other lines are choppy and hard to memorize. You'll hear words and sounds repeating. You'll hear odd-sounding words stand out. And if you're learning a great poem, you'll feel beautiful language more closely than just by reading it itself. So I would learn one thought at a time. It has to be out loud, all memorizing out loud. When my love swears that she is made of truth, I do believe her, though I know she lies. And I would just repeat that over and over again. One trick is you can go over here on the right here and pick white, and maybe then you can say, you can do this. When my love swears that, and then you have to fill in the gap, she is made of truth, I do believe her, though I know she lies. Eventually, you can get to a point where you just have little markers. When my love swears she is made of truth, I do believe her, though I know she lies. You obviously know you've learned the poem by heart when you don't need any text. But these are just little tricks that can help you, particularly if you're learning with this device. So this next step is really important, and it simply asks the question, when I've learned this poem by heart and I say it out loud, what do I hear and feel? The premise is that when you learn something by heart, you're going to hear and feel differently than when you just simply read something, like I said earlier. I think you could just move on and not do this, but I think you're going to notice things in a more nuanced way once you learn it by heart. So what are some of the things that I think and feel? I heard this pause clearly. When my love swears that she's made of truth, I do believe her. That's where the first thought ends. It's not here at truth, it's her with the comma there. And it separates the first thought with the first questioning of that thought. Though I know she lies. Another thing is the idea of double meanings of words I'm starting to figure out, like lies and vainly and simply and habit. I don't know what to make of that yet. I'm just hearing them. Maybe the most obvious connection is echoes and repetitions of words. So love here, there, love's best habit, and age and love, love's not to have years told. Lies, lie, lie. Here. We also have unlearned and untutored, that echo of that prefix there. We have the word false here and false here. And we have more of them. Simply. But poets, one of their jobs is to make us notice what they want us to notice. And I just always presume that when poets repeat a word, they want us to ask, why are both of these words here? Is there a relationship between the words? Is there something going on with this pattern? So this is it. I just notice I notice a pause, and I notice the echoing of words. Again, I have no thesis. These are just things I hear after I've learned the poem by heart.